Do I have your attention now? Do I have it? Good. I thought so. You're gonna listen to my demands. I will make them at the end.
All right. Well, that is a unhinged mental breakdown. I don't really want to make any jokes. That's just, it's really sad to see that. That's, you know, I'm not a psychiatrist, but I've seen enough crazy in my life to know when you're seeing someone who's going through some sort of mental breakdown. That's not good to see. Now, that individual I showed in that clip, that is Ben Armstrong, aka BitBoy Crypto. We've talked about him in the past, and again, I'm not going to make any jokes about Ben because obviously he has some sort of mental health issue that he's dealing with, but I did want to talk about this for a couple reasons. That was a unhinged live stream that he did on his channel a couple nights ago where he just talked like a crazy person. And I wanted to talk about it specifically because Ben wants people to talk about it, so congratulations, Ben. People are now talking about you again. Probably not in the way you wanted, but people are talking about you. And the other reason I wanted to do this was obviously it gives a great example of how the way that influencers, social media influencers present themselves on YouTube. If you watch any of his videos, he's well put together. He's a cryptocurrency expert and you can trust him. He knows what he's talking about. But when the mask comes off, you really see these people don't really know what they're talking about. They're you know, they got a lot of issues, specifically with Ben. He's, you know, obviously has some mental health issues. These people aren't who they actually present themselves to the public once they come mask off. I did a video on Meet Kevin a few days ago, another huge influencer in the stock market. And a couple years ago, he launched his ETF, the first ever YouTube ETF, went on Wall Street, rang in the bell. Yeah, Meet Kevin, he knows what he's talking about. He's expert in the stock market. Has millions of subscribers. Everyone listens to him, right? Now we know a few years later that's all collapsed. He lost millions of dollars in the ETF. That's being delisted. He has to make a video where he apologized to everyone, uses his kid as sympathy. So these influencers, a lot of them don't really know what they're doing, and a lot of them behind the scenes have a lot of issues. Now, like I said, the clip that I showed at the beginning, that is BitBoy. Well, he just goes by Ben Armstrong, I think now, but that originally he had his YouTube channel, BitBoy Crypto, millions of subscribers, one of the most successful cryptocurrency YouTube channels on the entire platform. In 2023, he was ousted from his own channel, his own company, because they alleged that he did some very inappropriate behavior. They rebranded the channel. The channel is still up. It's called Discover Crypto now. They have a whole different team running it. BitBoy, Ben Armstrong, he formed a new channel, which initially was called Ben Armstrong, and he started talking about crypto again. And he's since rebranded it. It's now BitBoy X is his YouTube channel that he goes by. And for the past year and a half, really, ever since mid-2023, when he got ousted from his company, he has never let go of the fact that he feels that he was wronged by his former colleagues. He feels that they were all criminals. Ben, of course, did nothing wrong, and everyone's just out trying to get him. Now, Ben has been having this... I actually follow him, and I follow a lot of the people I talk about on social media to see what they're up to. And Ben kind of has this up and down where he seems like he's fine for a while, and then he goes on these rants where he starts attacking people, and he doesn't really know what he's doing. As I'll show you some clips from the live stream that he did where he had this 4-hour mental breakdown. But he's been saying since 2023 that he was going to get his company back. I re-quoted a tweet from him. This was in late 2023. He said, "The smoking gun has been found. I will most likely have my company back within 2 weeks. By end of year at the latest, people will be going to jail. No way around it now." That was in 2023. I posted that January 1st, 2024. Since then, nothing's been happening. They're still in court, but he does not have his company back because Ben did a lot wrong. And he doesn't seem to understand that. Ben has not taken any responsibility for his actions, and he just wants everyone to feel bad for him because he is a victim. Never did anything wrong. Now on Twitter, Ben's been having a mental breakdown for a few weeks. I took a picture of one of his tweets before he eventually deleted it, and a few weeks ago, or about a week ago, he tweeted out the social security number, the entire social security number of a man called Carlos Diaz, Larry Smith. And about a day later, he deleted that tweet. Obviously, because if you're not an American, the social security number is the one number that you absolutely do not want to be leaked on the internet. And Ben decided to show the social security number of a man he hated to his hundreds of thousands of followers on Twitter. That's one of the dumbest things I've ever seen in my life, and he's probably going to get sued again, specifically for doing that. Now, Carlos Diaz, if you're unfamiliar with the lore behind that, when Ben was ousted from his company in 2023, he was forced to sign over his Lambo to another man named Carlos Diaz. He did that willingly, but he has since gone back and been like, oh, they forced me to do it. I didn't actually want to sell it. I was under duress, right? And in late 2023, he actually did a live stream outside of the house of Carlos Diaz, screaming at him, I want my Lambo back! And he eventually got arrested for that. So now, in 2025, a year and a half later, he doxes the social security number of that guy. He has not gotten over the fact that he's not going to get his Lambo back. He cannot move on, right? He has his own YouTube channel. We're going to get to the live stream in just a second. He has his own YouTube channel, a new one, 147,000 subscribers. His videos, while they don't get a ton of views, he talks about cryptocurrency and cryptocurrency sponsors. He has stake on most of the videos that he talks about. Cryptocurrency sponsors actually pay insanely well, even if you don't get high views. So I guarantee you he's making a bunch of money from his new YouTube channel, but he still can't get over the fact that he feels he was screwed over by his old company, Discover Crypto, which used to be BitBoy Crypto. He's been fighting them in court for years, and that's what led to this live stream meltdown the other day. Now, I want to take a look at a couple clips. It's 4 hours long, and it's an unhinged rant by someone who obviously has some type of mental disorder, and the people around him need to help him out. He should not be on YouTube doing 4-hour crazy live streams. People should be getting help for this man. I know he's done a lot wrong in his life, but he has young kids, so I hope he can I hope he can turn around and, improve his life for his kids' sake at least. But I want to take a look at some clips. The first clip I want to look at is Ben talking about how his life is fine, guys. The issue with it right now is everything bad about his life is because his former colleagues, they screwed him over. And as soon as the colleagues give him back his company, give him back his old company, everything will go back to normal. Ben he'll be fine. No more crazy rants. He'll be perfectly fine.
And once this trauma is removed and Discover Crypto is shut down, my life goes back to normal immediately. My level goes from here. Wow, everything's fine again. These people have to be removed then from the internet.
All right, so right there, he's talking about his former colleagues at Discover Crypto. I actually did an interview with one of the former colleagues of Ben. I think he still works at Discover Crypto. That was back in early 2024. I did that video, I think. And he went over all of the inappropriate things that Ben was doing at the company, which led to him being removed from his company in 2023. Now, Ben, like I said earlier, has never apologized, has never admitted to doing anything wrong. Ben is 100% a victim in his own mind, and he needs justice against these people. He needs them all to be punished for all the bad things they did to him. And of course, him, perfect little angel, he needs his company back. Everyone needs to support him, right? He goes on later to talk about how he wants, again, proving that Ben did nothing wrong, of course. He talks about how he wants immunity from the SEC because, again, Ben has never done anything wrong. He's never done a pump and dump on the YouTube channel, on any of his YouTube channels. But then just a couple minutes later in the same live stream, he talks about how he has sold a bunch of coins, within hours of him talking about them on the channel, which obviously gave him a bunch of money. So clearly Ben doesn't know what he's talking about.
I would like immunity from the SEC, and I would like to lay out why. I would like immunity for the SEC because I've never done anything wrong. I've never in my life made a video in crypto to make the price go up so I could sell and my audience would lose money. Like, what the fuck? Like, these are my people. These are the only people who care about me, my audience. If I ever sold any coins at all within 72 hours of making a video about him. Yeah, I have. Yeah, I have. Not many times early on when I didn't realize I was making videos and prices were going up because of me. And I was like, whoa. And that's why you got to find that line in between. Okay, what about Bitcoin? If I talk about Bitcoin and sell Bitcoin, is that? Well, it's commodity now, so it's Ethereum. So, but the whole thing is I think you can see I'm very honest, and I will tell you guys everything that you want to know and you want to hear about everybody.
He talks about how he's never done pump and dumps, and then literally minutes later admits that he sells coins right after talking about them, realizing the price is going up because he talked about them on his channel. And again, of course, in Ben's eyes, he's never done anything wrong. Right? Now, like I said, I don't particularly like Ben. I've made plenty of videos about him in the past. But this is one of the weirdest, unhinged mental breakdowns I have ever seen on YouTube. Like, legitimately. I've never seen anyone crash out this hard. It's weird. And I didn't know if I really wanted to make a video covering this. Like, again, I'm not going to make any jokes about Ben. I sincerely hope, for his kid's sake at least, that he gets his life in order. Obviously, his kids don't want to lose their father permanently. So for them, I hope he turns his life around. Okay? And Ben is not going to get his company back. If you want to watch the old videos, that's not going to happen. He's done so much. And even after he was removed from his cryptocurrency company, he's continued to act insanely inappropriate. I just showed him doxing the social security number of Carlos Diaz, the guy he claims stole his Lamborghini. Like, there's no way, all the things that he's been doing for the past year and a half, there is no chance in hell Ben will ever get his company back. It's not going to happen, Ben. You constantly act like a crazy person in the live stream. I'm not going to show the whole thing, but he's basically like harassing all of the lawyers on his case and the doctors who he went to a doctor, and the doctor diagnoses him with like 74 different things.
Howard Drutman said I'm multi-personality. He says I'm, he didn't say schizophrenic, but he said narcissistic. He said I am manic, depressed, ADHD, this, 74 different things. But you know what he didn't say? Anything about my trauma. He didn't say anything about my PTSD of what I've been through. Nothing. You know what his suggestion was? He needs to stop smoking pot and get on more prescription drugs. That's why I gave him 9 things.
And he basically calls out that doctor as an idiot, right? It's not his fault, even though Ben is being diagnosed with all these mental health orders. No. Ben is not wrong. It's the doctor's fault. It's all the doctor's fault. So again, this is one of the most unhinged live stream meltdowns. I covered the live stream that he did in 2023 where he went to that man's house. And everyone, even Penguin Zero, was like, that's the most unhinged live stream I have ever seen in my life. And it's only gotten worse, guys. I don't know what's going to happen at this point. Again, for his kid's sake, I hope he turns his life around. But this is, like I said, this is a prime example. Just because you see someone who's really successful on YouTube, who was able to get a channel to millions of subscribers, was making millions of dollars on YouTube, had a Lamborghini, had the life he had millions of dollars in crypto, millions. The life that everyone wanted. Everyone wants, millions of dollars. Most people do. And behind the scenes, Ben, he's cuckoo, and he's just going down the drain, and it's all gone now. His wife left him. His wife divorced him. He's together with his mistress now, what I talked about in the past video. They're together now. He can't see his kids because all of the crazy things he's doing. Judges don't want him to see his kids. It's a mental breakdown. It's one of the worst I've ever seen in my life. Hopefully, for his kid's sake, Ben can turn his life around. But let me know in the comments below, what do you think about Ben Armstrong, BitBoy Crypto, his continued saga down the drain of craziness? Do you think he will turn his life around, or do you think this is inevitably not going to end very well? Let me know in the comments below.